this is the big thing you're talking about. So what's the first thing you're going to jump on to
fix it, or try to fix it?
Well,
there's a long game and a short game. The long game, obviously, is to shrink the size and burn rate of the federal government. People have been talking about that for years. That's going to take a lot. There's been the Simpson-Bowles approach. It's got some good ideas in there. There's the one-penny plan that Ryan and other people have espoused. I like that approach. I like a combination of both. You got to shrink the size and burn rate of the federal government. That's the long game to eventually get it done. Have the federal government do fewer things better than everything poorly. But the immediate fix, the first thing I'll do when I get down there is pitch a bill, what I call the federal income tax short circuit. So, and it's on our website. We pitched it on the town hall, the city steps at Bridgeport. You talk to the mayor. He thought it was a great idea. Said set up 3 in-state funds, either managed by the state or by a third-party fiduciary. One for in-state education, one for in-state transportation, one for in-state urban redevelopment. And if a taxpayer, whatever the taxpayer is, personal, corporate, or whatever, taxpayer routes a dollar or routes an amount of money into one of those 3 in-state funds, they're going to get an amplified deduction. We put 200% in. We'll figure out what the right number is, and or potentially a tax credit. We got to figure out how the model works. But the idea being, the dollar hits the state through 3 core state functions: transportation, education, urban redevelopment. Instead of us sending the dollar to D.C., having a whole partisan political mess, try and get 60 cents of it back, and then when you do get it, you get told how to spend it. Classic example. You remember that busway fight that we had up there? Classic example. $600 some odd million busway to go from New Britain to Hartford. You're going to take people who don't have a job to a place that have no jobs to give. And we spent $60 million a mile on a busway that wasn't needed. You know why? Because that's where Uncle Sam told us to put it. That's where Larson and everybody else was up there screaming and yelling at the Capitol, because they also need a little bit of state matching funds to trigger the grant. It's great. 500 million comes back in. It was 700 million when it left, but so that's the 30% discount. But still, we've lost control of where we want to put our in-state infrastructure. That's an internal busway. That's not a federal highway. $600 million for a busway that was unneeded up there. That where it was needed? Bridgeport to Stanford.